And welcome back to Left on Red with me, Julie Hing.
And me, Brenda Dennehy. Hiya, Jule.
Hello, it's the week of love.
The week of love. Have you got a date?
What you mean?
No. When was your last Valentine's date? Or when was the last time you got flowers? Or when's the last time you got anything on Valentine's Day? Or if you ever got anything on Valentine's Day?
Probably when I was with the twins' dad. And I was out in Australia, and do you know what? It's actually weird because Valentine's Day fell on a Tuesday that year, and he bought me hair extensions for Valentine's Day. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And 7 days later, I found out I was pregnant with the twins.
Oh my God.
I was so fucking stressed over finding out I was pregnant. I got the extensions taken back out.
Oh my God. And come here, you weren't planning for the twinnies at all or anything, sure you weren't.
Oh, big shock.
Oh my God. How many is that? 5 or 6 years? One.
It's 5 now, so what would it be 6 years ago? Yeah. What about you?
You know what, this is the thing. I was speaking to someone on a radio station yesterday about us going on national radio, which will be happening. But anyway, and she asked me, what do I think of, like, you know, how do I feel around Valentine's Day? You know, you're awkward and that kind of stuff. Now, before I would have been like, fucking single again. Like, it's kind of like, do you know the way New Year's Eve? Like, the people shifting it all around you and you're kind of like, and I'm fucking stood here again on my own, shifting no one single. It's a reminder you're single. I kind of over that now, but I think the last time, I'd say it was 15 years ago with a boyfriend that I used his card to order me roses with his card. Yes, because he was absolutely useless. And he's a type of guy where didn't do surprises. Like, I'd have to say, like, you know, my birthday now is 15th of April, you know. Like, make sure you have something and, you know, like picking stuff out for myself, you know, like even buying the card and begging, can you just please write your name? Do you know that I actually like a man's writing? Do you ever kind of get it?
It's very scribbly though, isn't it?
But it's even, you know, the way some men, I don't like them to be too lovey-dovey now, but like this fella was a bit, he, you know, plays his cards close to his heart. So even if he did a little kiss at the end, I'd be weak, then, you know, I'd be blowing up, like, whereas like his mother might have written it, you know?
Yeah, I know. A card means more than the flowers, like, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Like, you preferred the card over the flowers. Yeah, so like, I'd say it was definitely around that time. And I think as well, like, I don't mind now in my late 30s, like, oh my God, I nearly have to say late 30s now at my age. But I coming up Tuesday now, like, I won't like care. And that's Valentine's Day, will you?
No, I buy my own flowers, girl. I was actually in Duns last week doing my grocery shop and I bought myself flowers.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Yeah, I think it's, like, you can let it bug you if you can let it bug you if you want to, but, like, I just don't really care. I think when I was working in the radio, all right, Neil would always be like, oh, give out bouquet of flowers there to listeners, you know, and then you'd be like, what about fucking me, do you know?
Yeah.
Fucking get nothing here again, you know. But anyway, yeah, and as well as a by the way, I mentioned my birthday there, you know. And I'm just glad to say the listeners were inquiring actually just about the old solo Paris trip, you know. There was a lovely girl on to me, who works at the Marriott Hotel, you know, but we just let the listeners know, all right, because they were kind of, you know, laughing at you kind of, by race, so they're going up the road. They were kind of laughing at you, kind of inviting yourself.
I'll be turned fucking down. The story of my life will not be turned down by fellas. It's by my fucking friend.
But you know what, right? I was laying in bed one night and I was like, because I'd be up to 90 thinking at night, all these plans, plotting, the phone out, writing stuff into my notes, reminders. I'm Mrs. Reminder. And I was like, do you know what? No. Do you know what? No, I said, Beckett, I'll bring her along. I'll bring her along for the party because I said, do you know what? Do you know where the Eiffel Tower is? I know you were in Paris before. But like, you kind of have to go in the middle of the road to get the photo, don't you?
Yeah, did you ever see the TikToks? And they're literally walking in the middle of the road, getting videos and like pictures. And fucking get off the road. And they were like these sequin dresses. You know, like,
yeah, we're not going to be going around like that. But I did say to myself, I was going to need someone just take the photo of me. So I said, listen, I leave her come. So you're going to come with me, and we're going on the 14th of April, and we're going on the Eurostar, the train, as you called it.
I can't believe that. Like, how long have you been on the train? 4 hours.
No, it's only like 2 or 3 hours.
So will you get the train from London to Paris in 2 hours?
You're straight in central Paris. Yeah. So it'll be left on red on tour, left on red, and Owen, our manager, might come as well.
You know, so imagine if he does. What a...
We'll have a right laugh. There'll be many memories. But yeah, so I put something up on my page there actually about the worst date. It's kind of a Valentine's-y kind of special, you know, as well for anyone listening who's had disaster dates and stuff like that. I was actually, how I came across this was I was thinking about my own worst date, right? And I would say that I'm not the best dater, and as are you, not the best dater either. Like, you're not, are you?
No, shocking.
No, like, we're probably as bad as you. Do you know what? It's grand. But you see, you're grand because you can have a few drinks. I don't drink. It's grand. Like, if I could drink, right, if I was still drinking, I'd be out every night doing it. It gives you the confidence. I don't know what's wrong with you that you can't do it. You can drink.
Kids hanging off me.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that. But, like, if you see, if I could drink, right, I'd be at it all the time. But I don't drink, so I can't fucking do it.
I know. A glass of Pinot there, like, it gives you so much.
And you can do it, but I was thinking about a few times where, you see, when I was kind of a drinker, right, I'd be kind of the one, I'll only have a few now, right? I'll only have a few glasses and, like, I'm gone. Like, there was never, I'll just have a few there now and go home or go to bed earlier.
Right?
You know, it would be gone. But I remember I was thinking about the worst dates I had. And I look back and it must have been, I think it was like third year actually. No, fourth year in Mary I College. God, it must have been like 21, 22. And there was a lad and I don't know where I'd come across him. Maybe I'd met him out in Cork or something like that. But he was from Dingle anyway. And I remember, I won't give his name now because I think I follow him on Instagram. I think he's married now, so no disrespect to new wife, you know. But he, a lovely lad. And he came, I think he was in Cork and he came up to Limerick to see me. And you know the way you kind of, I love a few vodkas there now, you'd have the naggin, right? I don't know, does anyone take out naggins anymore and like do that? Do they do that? Oh, the naggin. Yeah, of course you would, all right.
Classy date.
But then, these thing, I'd never have a naggin, then that was enough, I'd have a shoulder.
Oh yeah, the shoulder,
you know, with a shoulder. And then it was the Russian vodka from Tesco I'd be having then. Jesus. I know. But anyway, your man, anyway, I remember we came up and it was like, there was a bar near enough to Mary. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's a little roundabout. And we said we'd go there. So I remember he called the house to me. And there was like 8 of us girls in the house. And I remember sipping away in my room. And then he was outside. He arrived at the house anyway. And you know the way when someone's kind of like, are you after a few drinks? Do you know? And I was like, nah. I've had none. No, I've had one. Like, might have had one, like, you know, with the girls, you'd make up some sort of excuse. But I was definitely absolutely, like, probably more, not raving drunk, but like probably sleepy drunk. You know the way certain drinks will make you sleepy drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, the kind of wine. No, well, wine used to make me very cross, like very...
Yeah, and they say gin would actually make you very emotional. It's weird what others
isn't it?
Do to you.
Yeah.
I couldn't drink in a house. If you like the way you were drinking in a house now, I'd be conked. I'm asleep.
Yeah.
God.
Well, that's actually what happened. I remember being in the bar with him. Obviously, he said, "Oh, I'm only after the one fucking shoulder, all right." Yeah. And ended up falling asleep in the toilet in the bar, just flat out asleep, flat out the cubicle. I must have been in there for like half an hour, I'd say, and I remember what I was wearing and everything, but I don't remember falling asleep. And I remember your man, like, coming into the toilet, your man had to get a security guard to get me out and everything. How embarrassing. And then I remember he had a white van, because he was like a builder. You would have loved that. And I remember being, like, pissed inside the white van going back to Mary I. And like, oh my God, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Back into the house?
Well, not going back to the house. It took me back to the house, right? Took me back to my house. And I swear to God, I don't know what happened after that. Like, I text him I kind of couldn't remember. When I woke up the next morning, I was kind of like, did that actually happen? Or what was the story? So I remember kind of like texting, going, hi, how are you? Like, as in, you can't ask what happened.
I know, you're like, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he told me in it, but he met me again after.
Oh, well, you weren't that bad, so.
Right, say no, I was, yeah. So that was mine. What about you?
Do you know what? That actually bugs me when a fella doesn't drink.
No, well, you see, I had told him you're going back to Limerick, you're going back to Cork, you're not staying with me, so you can't drink.
So you have to, yeah.
Yeah, do you know the way you'd have human, you're like, you're not staying here now tonight. They're like, oh yeah, and they're like, I'll come round to her and I'll be staying. Like, I'd be like, you're not staying here. Like, do you know the way I would mean it? Like, you're not staying here.
Yeah.
I can't deal with honest to God, if I was to end up with someone, I swear to God, no. There's a girl from the Only Way is Essex, and herself and her husband are in 2 different rooms with 6 years.
Why?
Because I'd have to have my own bed on my own. I can't be in the bed with anyone. So when we're going to Paris, just a warning, yourself and Owen will be together, all right?
Do you just? What about if you ever got married? Like, what would you?
You all see that? Like, this is the thing, right? When anyone even stays with me here, I go on the couch and I leave them half at the bed.
Is that with friends and stuff? But a fella, like, you know, if you were in a long term.
I don't like it. I just don't like it. I hate the thought of waking up with some lads like wrapping his arms around me. I wouldn't like it at all.
Oh,
I don't like it. I don't like it anymore. It's very.
But what about if you got like a king size bed and he was like, look, I'll stay over one side, you stay over the other.
Like, I'm very precious about my sleep. I don't want anyone poking me at night. Do you know? No, but even like, do you know the way now some lad like, I remember there was a fella I seen form like me and my friend used to call him Cuddles because he'd be like, I love Cuddles, and I was like, no, not able for that now.
Yeah, I know. But no, the whole sleeping in inward, that's weird.
I know. Oh, I know it is. I do. There's something I just kind of, when anyone stays with me here, I go on the couch. You'll know yourself when you come over. I go on the couch. I give the bed. Like, I'm just very peculiar about my sleep.
Yeah. But what about like if you met a fella now and got into like a relationship, and if you want to do the old 1-2 uni fluid, would you allow that? And then like get a
plan one away. That's the dream, girl. That's the dream. That's great as well. But you see, I think I'm a bit of a man deep down, right? Because do you know the way after a woman and a man, right? They elope, right? And you know the way the man is kind of like, I'm going away there now. I'm kind of the man that way because I'd be the one going, I'm going away.
God.
Oh, gone. Like, I don't, this lovey-dovey. Do you know the way women get kind of like, oh my God, he never stayed over or anything like this? Like, I'd be the man, I'd be gone. I'm legging it. Like, I'm the one legging it.
It is uncomfortable. Or even like when you wake up the next morning, your makeup is everywhere. And do you know what I'd be petrified of? It's such a random thought in my head. But you know, if the toilet was upstairs and if just even a wee, but you know, you could hear the wee.
Oh.
What's that? I'd be trying to put tissue in them, just the wee sound. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God, I do the same with the tissue.
I'm mortified.
Oh my God. I remember going on holidays we came to London for 3 days, me and a lad. And I swear to God, I didn't go for it, right? I didn't go for number 2 the whole time. Yeah. And like at one stage, I was like, I nearly ended up in hospital because I couldn't go because of the toilet. Because obviously you want men to think that you're this like beauty and you don't fart or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I never ever forget, like I couldn't do the number 2 for 3 days and I never forget getting home. Like I was actually felt ill over it. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
I can't even wee. It's the noise. I like the come out and like, oh my God, I can't fucking do that.
You know what? It's kind of even like if I was with a guy now at his place, I wouldn't go to the toilet. Do you?
Oh no, I'm purple over the place. But I stairs.
Because of the wee.
It's the wee. Or he'd be like, do you want something to eat? And I'm like, I'm just not comfortable. Well, I've been way more comfortable on my own.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I have to go. And like, I don't mind staying overnight, but I'm gone first thing the next morning then, like, you know.
And then come here, do you know if he then, right, went to the toilet at your place, right, and he puts up the toilet seat and leaves it up, would that bother you? You'd be over that.
No, I wouldn't mind that stuff like that, but if I heard him, like especially the first night, if he didn't know anything like that, I'd be like, you fucking animal, get out.
Yeah, you see, I genuinely wouldn't be farting around the lad even if I was going around out with him.
No, I wouldn't either. Nah, not at the start anyways.
No, you wouldn't. You're kind of all prim and proper at the start.
You're all prim and proper at the start, and then once you get comfortable, I don't mind it then, but Jesus, don't do it the first date.
No, don't. You're wearing the matching underwear and all that, and everything is perfect, and you're looking absolutely prim. But I'm kind of like, At what stage then is it that you kind of leave yourself go? And how many months, how many weeks, what is it?
See, like, since I broke up with the twins' dad, because my body now is so different, you know, I have stretched stomach, I have stretch marks. I never had that before, before I became a mom. Now I'm like under the blankets. I'm like, don't look at me, don't look at me. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like, I woke up and like your mom was getting up and I was like, do not look at me, don't turn around. And the blanket's over. He was like, you just stay there all night. What's wrong with you? I was like, close your eyes. He's like,
Would you have sex with the lights on?
not in a
No, you just couldn't, could you? No.
years. Would you?
No, I wouldn't, because you'd see everything like.
And do you know what else would bug me, right? We're totally have to go up topic here. Is their face. Oh no, I can't look.
When they're naked, like, or when they're having sex.
But they're too big old.
Oh, you can't look at the.
I get sick.
No. It's do you know what it is as well? It's when they're looking at you. You're like,
Yeah.
you're kind of, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I turns my head out. I'm like,
Yeah.
watch me like it's fucking over here for fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
Totally, I totally get that as well. You're like, no, like this. I'd be looking away. Do you know these women, right, who can be right sexy and then stare in the eyes probably during it and everything, you know, that I'd look out the window, I'd be like, no.
I'm at the window as well. I'm actually like, oh my god, nah. Like, it's
No.
a turn off. I think that's an awful turn off. Big
I
turn
don't
off.
like that either. I don't like that either. I think as well then, you know, when they're getting out of the bed then and then they're like no boxers on and stuff like that, you're a bit like, oh. When it's all just kind of hanging out like and all that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, no, I couldn't look at that either. Oh my god, no.
But this is the thing, right? I think I even asked men before, you know, the way we'd be hiding ourselves and, you know, we'd have no problem doing stuff in the dark and then you'd be hiding yourself. But like they know, they've seen it all, they've felt it all.
They felt it all, and that's what that lad was there. He was like, Julie, you stayed here all evening and all fucking night. What's wrong with you? I'm like, just don't fucking look at me. And I'm the fucking sheets. I'm like, don't look. And I turned it out, panicking.
But do you know that there is a lot of couples, right? I might even do a poll on this now on Instagram. There's a lot of couples, I bet, who have never had sex with the lights on.
Yeah, I know. It's mad, like. But before I had my new body or whatever, I know I should embrace it, whatever. Like, he just gave me 2 fantastic kids.
I know.
Things change.
I know.
And things change, like, you know. And even when I was with their dad, I wouldn't have no bothers either. So, like, you know, it's over you, like, you know.
Yeah.
And now, since I'm now single and stuff, I think that's huge. Like, it's scary, like, it scares me.
And isn't it mad how, like, no matter what size a woman is, like, even if she's the slimmest girl, every woman will find something wrong with them. Oh my God, my belly, or oh my God, my arms, or
my ears, or my toenail, or everything. We're never happy, sure we're not.
Never happy. There's always something. Always something. We got cut off course there. What was your worst date?
Oh, so Jesus, I have a load of them. One of them, though, I remember I was out in Australia and I used to drink wine out in Australia because it was one of the cheapest things to buy, Joe, get a bottle of wine or whatever. Was on my second bottle of wine in a pub and I got absolutely twisted. So the fella I was seeing came in and then like we sat down and we were chatting away. I was talking absolute rubbish and just vomiting, like gawking all over the place. Stood up then to run to the bathroom. Fell on the sick. Head back down, and I'm swimming in my own fucking vomit. Your man, I was like, "Oh no, swimming."
Oh no, that's bad. That's bad. And see, the thing is, in Australia, don't they say that like you can't be getting that pissed?
You can't, because we were in an Irish bar and the security lads on there, they're all Irish and they used to leave us off. But Christ, I got in some bad condition. You know, I was just wrecked. I was whatever. Anyways, no excuses. I was absolutely paralytic, gawked everywhere, stood up and started swimming in my sick.
And did you go home after? Did you probably danced on or something? You probably went home, changed and went back out.
Normally I would not. I went home now. I did to bed. And Joe, then when you wake up like that, then when you wake up next morning, you're like,
what did I do? And do you know what as well? Do you know after, and this is the thing when I was drinking, do you know the way you'd wake up the next day and you'd be kind of like, oh my God, every fucking one knows talking about me. Everyone's thinking about, no one is. No one. No one cares because everyone's too busy thinking about themselves.
See, that's it. And that's a hunt. And like, I used to be so anxious. Then, like, the whole of Australia's talk about me. But
Yeah.
nobody gives a fucking shit because they made their own little fool of themselves or whatever they got up to, you know?
Yeah. They just don't care. There was when I put up on my own page, and I know you did too, about the worst disaster dates, I'd laugh because my own sister, who's Julie also, like, she just replied going, too many to mention. So she'd be a bit like us. But listen to this one I have, right? So this is kind of, it's a bit of a message, so I'll just need your attention for a minute, right? So I was like, at the start, I was like, what the fuck? So anyway, she said, terrible blind date incoming. I have one of Cork's worst dates. I broke up with my ex-boyfriend of over 8 years. My friend wanted me to get back out there. She begged me to go on a blind date. Have you ever gone on a blind date, Julie?
No.
I haven't either. Oh my God. The people from First Dates got back to me as well. I'll talk to you about that later on. I'll get you on that yet.
And everything.
I'll get you on that yet. I eventually gave in, so I won't say names. We met in Nando's Mahon Point for dinner. He seemed nice when I got there. The tills were broken, so we couldn't order and pay. The manager said, just give the order and we can pay after. So I didn't want to look like a pig, so I just ordered a burger and got a drink. Do you know the way now ordering the food? She gets it. She didn't want to seem like a pig, so she just got the burger.
Yeah. I know the way to work in the first place, though.
I would have only gotten the chips. I probably would have only gotten sparkling water.
Yeah, same. I'm
right. So anyway, when we sat down, the conversation was really good. I was having a nice time. Food arrived. This is where it went downhill. So I'm an outgoing, bubbly person. He was telling me a story about his work. So I took a chip off his plate, as we all do. He stopped talking, dropped his knife and fork, got up and left. I thought he was joking, right? No, wait for it. I waited for 5 or 6 minutes till I realised, oh no, he left. I was looking around like a dope. I thought, shit, what happened? To make it worse, I finished my own food. I had to pay for both of our meals. It got worse then. As I was walking out past Debenhams, you know, that part of Mahon, to head for my car, I saw him over by Eason's bench, sitting down. I had to walk past him. When I got to my car, I rang my friend and told her. The next day, she rang me and she said he has issues with germs and people touching his food and said it was disgusting. He had to leave. He gave her his half of the dinner meal to give to me. Fair enough to him. I was still wondered, did she pay me herself because she felt bad? She was as shocked as me, but there you go. He dramatically dropped his cutlery. No joke. Happened around 10 years ago. So, oh yeah, and this is the thing then. Oh, fuck it.
Your man has a fucking chip on his shoulder.
What she said was, this guy's on my story. So it's someone on my stories. Not cool. So it's someone obviously I think I know. But anyway, it's someone we probably know. So that was like, imagine that. Like, come here. I'd be having no luck with dates because we all be eating off. You'd be kind of eating off people's plates all the time, wouldn't you?
100%. And it's only a chip, lad. Relax.
Only chip with some. Do you know what? I have a relative and he'd be a small bit like that as well. He'd get a bit of crossover, that kind of thing. Where I'd be like, and anyway, everyone else's chips are nicer than your own, aren't they?
Always, especially that.
Always.
Third plate or for getting the burger, like, no way in hell would I get. I'd be only just getting a portion of chips.
Yeah, always. I've one more there. Or I don't know, this is a bit gross, so I don't know. Will I tell you this one? Hold on. Okay, so this one, I don't know. This one here, it's a bit rude. I'll say it. Okay, look, I'll say it. Okay, anyone listening, this might be a bit icky. A friend of mine was saying she was at it a one night stand and reached round to tickle the bum area, right?
Right.
No, hold on. Why would you be doing a one night stand tickling a bum as well? Would you like? Come on. She wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, wait for this. Touched a bit of dried on shite. Oh God. I don't know when we made this out. No joke, she faked it and got out of there.
Nah, I would actually walk all over him as yuck. All right, I have a couple as well. So this girl wrote into me. I thought I was going to his bed and I jumped into his parents' bed. Was fun the next morning, girl.
Oh, God.
Did you know that happened to my brother?
Stop.
Yeah, so years ago he was with this girl and
oh my God.
Sean tends to sleepwalk like my dad when he's drunk. So they went out a night out and he came back and he tried to get into it, the girlfriend's bed. He ended up in
Oh my God, I've heard of people do it, but I'm like, surely that's like, is that one of those stories, you know, that those tales people have? Oh my God.
100% true story. They were only about 19 at the time. They had a few drinks, went back to her house. He was staying there and he ended up in between her mother and
Oh
father.
my God. Did he wait up the next, did he go home that night?
No, the dad woke up then and was like, Jesus, Sean, what are you doing? And he had to walk Sean back into your one's room. Yeah, but Sean is notorious for walking whilst he's trying to sleepwalk with his sister. My dad is, but
Dad as well. I'd say he would have been hilarious to it.
oh, do you know, my mum and dad used to use students, and my dad walked into the students' bedroom one day, started playing
no.
toilet.
Come here, actually, as I remember, this is a true story. I was living in sharing a house with some lad, and it was his house, and I was renting. I was in Cork, and like I don't know. Well, he might have had a bit of a thing for me, whatever, but like I had nothing for him, and your man owned the house, right? Your man owned the fucking house, okay? So I had my own I didn't have my own ensuite. He had his own ensuite, and there was the bathroom and my room, So like basically the main bathroom one, but kind of my room, my bathroom then, because there was only the two of us. But I'm telling you now, the dirty fucker used to be like, he used to come into my room after nights out going, is this the toilet? I was like, is this the fucking toilet? Is this the toilet? I remember saying, what do you think? You know what I mean? And then I remember the next day, it happened a few times. He'd be kind of like, Jesus, was I sleepwalking again last night? And I was like, wait, your man is just thinking, I'm going to go hop in here, sure, why not?
Oh, yeah,
like,
chance
like. On sweet, boy. The toilet's next to your room. Like, you have to go a good bit to come over to me.
Yeah.
And then when I was actually leaving, I was like, I'm getting out of here. I can't live here at all. Like, I remember my sister stayed there one night, and then I told him, I was like, listen, I'm leaving, whatever. I was moving in with my friend Karen, actually. And he was texting me like, oh, I gave your family a home and all this kind of stuff. I was like, what? He was like, I looked after your family. Like, my sister stayed there one night. You'd swear now the mother and father and all of us were living with you. What a nutter. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that as well, like going, oh, is this the toilet? Give me a second break. But anyway, go on.
I'm telling you, another girl there wrote in, I woke up under a kitchen table in a lad's parents' house.
Is that it? The pour drink?
Yeah, and I had another one. Then I can't find it, but I was reading it earlier. She said she went out on a date anyway, basically, right? And the lad kept getting up to go to the toilet, but he was leaving his wallet on the bar table, like. So he got up, and on the third time he came back and he sat down and he goes, I was just testing you. You after passing the test. And your one was like, what do you mean? He goes, I was leaving a fake wallet there all the time and just leave you'd rob it.
Oh my God, how clever.
I know, but like, would you be well, like?
The thing is, would you actually tell the person, you know what I mean?
That you were testing them.
Yeah. And come here, did you ever have braces? You have nice teeth. Do you ever have braces?
No, never had braces.
Nice teeth. This is one about having braces. I had them years ago. But anyway, this is from a girl. I won't give her name, obviously. Keep them all anon. Especially the one about the shite in the arse. We keep that definitely anonymous. So this one says, the first night I shifted my now hubby, I was 16. We went to old train tracks for the snog. And I faced the train tracks. Oh no, hold on, I thought she meant this is for her tea train tracks. No, they went to train tracks, sorry.
Is that the name of the nightclub, is it?
I thought she was saying they both had train tracks on. But anyway, they were shifting down the train tracks. It must have been like the place to go. Blood everywhere. They're still together now 24 years later. That's kind of cute, isn't it?
Yeah. At least they stayed together anyway.
There's another one here.
What weren't their embraces?
What? No, it was a train. Nothing to do with braces. I need to be proofreading.
You were just hanging out with me too much.
Yeah. It's rubbing off on me. This one said, my dad got an asthma attack when we stayed over. I had to leave in my car to get his.
Oh, get his inhaler or something.
Yeah, it must be his inhaler. Oh, hold on, I've one more. And this is coming from a girl who's very classy. First date, guy asked me for €1 to make up the price of 2 drinks. €1. I ran, she says.
Yeah, I got a couple of them now as well. I'd be like, one girl there said that they went for a pizza on their first date, and your man got up to get a bottle of water, and she says, "As you're off there, will you get me dip?" And he says, "Give me the 50 cents."
Oh no.
Oh no,
You wouldn't even do that to your friends.
you wouldn't garlic dip.
No. You wouldn't, like that stinginess. Someone actually did something like that not so long ago. Oh yeah, I asked him to get me well, I suppose £2 out here. I was like, come here, if we're going over to Max and Spencer's there, will you get me Percy Pigs and I'll give you the money when I come back? Wouldn't feckin' go until I gave him the £2. But, oh, actually, no, I didn't have it in cash, but he was like, have you Revolut? And I was like, I will give it to you, like. But he wouldn't go until, like, I was a bit like, oh, no, bye. There's another one here, blind date. He kept feeling me up in the cinema, a complete creep. I went to the toilet and ran home out of the cinema.
Now, that actually never happened to me. In fact, did it ever happen to you?
The cinema? Or running?
Like somebody just pretending that they're going to the toilet and just left you.
No, it wasn't done to me. But you see, I wouldn't have the balls to do it. And
I'd feel so sorry for him.
I'd feel so. But see, if I was to go on a date with a guy and I ran home, I'd probably ring him when I got home, going, "Listen, I'm really sorry for doing that to you. I couldn't." I couldn't go off blocking someone or anything. I'd actually text and explain. I probably might leave them and just go home then and ring them and go, "Listen, I'm sorry I did that. I'm very bad that way. I feel terrible."
I'd feel terrible as well. I got another one in here and it says, his mother rang during the day to see how we were getting on.
Oh, that's cute.
I think that's very cute. I'd be weak.
Oh my God, that's really cute.
I think that's lovely.
I love this one, right? This now to me would be entertainment. Went to a stony beach. He drove the car onto it, got totally stuck, had to get a tractor to pull us out.
Oh,
I'd love that.
Yeah, it's a bit of an adventure.
It's a bit of entertainment.
My sister went on a date. It was going so well until they worked out that our grannies were sisters.
Oh, yeah.
See, Ireland is a small place.
But I remember, and I know the girl too, we got an email to the show not so long ago, and it was like, I think it was like a first cousin and a second cousin actually going out with each other in Cork.
A first cousin and a second cousin. How are you first cousins and second cousins?
No, like, oh, sorry. She knows, sorry. They're second cousins. Sorry. No, first cousin. You couldn't go out with your first cousin. Although, there was a time I used to think, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say that. Sorry.
Well, are you going to say that? I've heard before you can marry your first cousin, but you can't marry your second.
Some carry on like that, but I'm sure all the genes will be fecked. But no, it was the second cousin. When I think of my second cousins, nah, they're all kind of older than me anyway. Nah, it wouldn't. Then my first cousin, you just couldn't do it.
Nah, there's relations and it gets very messy.
But if they were your fourth cousin, would you be with them?
Oh, I don't know.
Listen, I know that look, you're thinking about it. Like the sugar baby, you're thinking about it.
Like, will I one time? I fucking take Edward at this stage.
Yeah, it would just be a bit kind of, it would depend, like, listen, come here. All the cousins marry each other in the Arab world. They're all on top of each other.
First cousins
and the lot, girl.
Oh, in Dubai,
you can keep it in the family.
All right, and you can't even fucking hold hands with your boyfriend out there, can you?
Different countries, yeah, but they're tell you there's cousins. I'll ask my sister now more about it. Because she knows more of it than I do living abroad in Abu Dhabi. But they're all at it. So, I don't know. Might be a thing.
Might be a fucking thing, yeah.
No, we might be the ones that's wrong. You know what I mean?
I know who's to know. Try it out, you get with your first cousin. See how you get on.
What I was saying was we do have a first cousin, and years ago, I'll be murdered for saying this. I remember me and my sister kind of going, "Do you think that the first cousin is good looking?" We were kind of like, he did look well, and we kind of had to stop and kind of go, we shouldn't be thinking this. But listen, it's kind of like you could say that Sean's good looking. You would know Sean is good looking, or one of your cousins is good looking, right?
Yeah.
Oh, why can't I say that? Like, I think that like one of my cousins is good looking. It wasn't anything. It really wasn't anything more than that. My sister would kill me. But I don't want to marry my cousin, and he's married anyway. So, oh Christ. Have you any more? I've got one or two more.
Loads came in. It was all now about that. Like, you know, I asked him to get me a bottle of water. He asked me for the money.
That's the worst. I said that as well. A fella, whatever, we were going halves. I'll never forget, I shared the story before down in Bandon, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll give you that 20 euros. And he was like, drop me off at the ATM. Like, it nearly like it felt like he had a gun up against my back. Like,
Yeah.
I was going out with him. I was like, what? This stinginess is the worst for me. But then you see,
I hate it.
then I often think, right, are we the dopes then? Or like I'd be the dope then. I'd have £40 in my account. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll buy you a drink there now. And like, I was buying people drinks there at the weekend and like not paid till next week. This kind of carry on because
I know. Yeah.
and then I'm like going, oh feck, when am I getting paid? Do you know, like, are they the ones who are better off, or are we like, are we?
He'd wonder. I'm like you now as well. But come here, talk about stinginess, all right? This one text in there. He brought me to the cinema. We didn't finish the popcorn we were sharing. So he said, I'm going to bring this home to my mom.
Oh, to who?
His mother.
Oh no.
That's the popcorn that you're like,
Popcorn.
like, no, like.
Especially when two of you were handling the popcorn.
And he's bringing it home to his mother. Like, I could actually see something that my mother would do that though.
Yeah, like home to the dog now or something, but home, like,
yeah, I'm bringing the leftover popcorn home to my mom.
yeah, no, I'm not able for that. It's just like, even if you are, just kind of don't say it. Don't say it, you know?
Yeah, just pretend you're bringing it home to the fucking dog or something. I don't know, do you know?
Exactly. Come here before I go. I know you're always looking for good Netflix suggestions. Did you watch the Pamela Anderson one?
No, you were watching that earlier, were you?
Done. Yeah, because I'm off. I'm on a binge few days. I'm taking work off and I'm just feckin' binging. I liked it. I didn't think it was extraordinary, but I liked it. She comes across really well. Tommy Lee's a feckin' babe. Always was.
Yeah.
The Tommy Lee and Pamela sex tape, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we saw that. I never forget. We used to have on our hangover Wednesday, because the big night out in Mary I was Tuesday night. You'd all go on the lash and you'd be feckin' dying on the Wednesday. So what we started to do in our house,
I stopped you there. What the fuck is Mary I? Is it a school?
Mary I, it's Mary Immaculate College. It's where the teachers get trained, but like, I wasn't doing teaching. I did arts there, so it's like you say Mary I.
It's a college or a secondary school?
College, yeah, it's college in Limerick. That's where I went to Limerick, but when I went to college. But like, I'm not a teacher, but I did liberal arts there because I wanted to study media.
Okay, yeah.
So I went to college in Limerick and I had such a laugh. And I was only texting one of the girls that I lived with there like half an hour ago. It's still great friends. But on a Wednesday, we started this kind of trend of like watching dirty films. Like you couldn't be downloading stuff now that time. So we'd all kind of gather on the couch, like watching dirty films. Like, this is the time now you'd go into like Chatbusters and get like a dirty movie, you know? But someone had the Tommy Lee and Pamela one and the Paris Hilton one. But I tell you now, the Tommy Lee one, like, fucking hell, you go on Google it, like, it's just fairly interesting. You can see why Pamela would want to be into Tommy Lee. You won't look at Tommy Lee. Google it. You won't look at Tommy Lee the same. But like, I'm not going to make a joke. Now, it was interesting that way. On a side note, actually, I think I shared the story before. When we kept up with the trend of getting the dirty films, right, on the Wednesdays, and we had an account in Chatbusters down near the Crescent. Do you know the Crescent Shopping Centre in Limerick?
Limerick, yeah.
And of course, the account was in my name. You know, we'd go down and like, you know, giggling and getting all these kind of different DVDs and stuff. And I never forget, we got one. It was called The Witches of Eastwick.
Oh,
not Wick.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So basically, we'd all laugh. It was more so. It wasn't like they were getting off at it, but it was more giggling and saying, "Oh my God, look at them having sex" and all this. But then the DVD, we couldn't find it, and they were ringing us looking for it, like, you know, as in you have a DVD there. And of course, it was really embarrassing because it was Witches of Eastwick. And I couldn't find the DVD. So I remember like going, lads, who's taking the DVD? Does someone have to have, we're like with house parties and everything. And I was like, some fucker now is after taking the DVD. And of course, we're going to get fined. But wasn't the DVD stuck in the DVD player?
Christ.
and had to go over and some lad to remove the DVD player in a shop in Limerick. Like an which is an e-stick, and at the same time the vehicle I was driving, some fella broke into it at the same time. Had to go home to Ballydesmond, then to the mother and father, and explain what happened, what were you doing over that side of Limerick, you know?
Yeah. Oh.
So thanks to that DVD, which is an e-stick, which I'll never not eat it. But anyway, yeah. So what I was saying was, as well, if there's anything else I would recommend, have you ever seen Fauda?
No.
It's subtitled. I love a good subtitle. I'm so odd. I watch it.
No, it's too much work for me.
It's not for you. So yeah, it's about it is so good. It was Neil Prendeville who recommended it to me. I'm hooked. You try it, but it's based it's between Israel and Palestine. It's all that kind of stuff. So I love it. But anyway, no, I'm going to sign off now. And speaking of Israel and Palestine, you're going somewhere near enough there soon. You were meant to be going anyway, weren't you?
I was meant to be going Tuesday, that got cancelled. Then I was meant to be going in the morning, that's after getting cancelled. So I might be there at the weekend, I don't know yet.
And let me know where you're getting done or what you're
Well, no, nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
And I'm after inviting you to Paris. And you didn't even invite me to this.
I know. Were you asking? They let to fucking beg you, could I go to Paris?
Oh, yeah, I know, sure.
So I take fucking pictures of you.
I have to get someone. Come here, someone has to stand in the middle of the road. I give some lad my phone, he'd be tearing off with it down to the Louvre. So anyway, well listen, before we go as well, just want to mention my hair is lovely and straight tonight from my Voodoo's hair straightener. Big thank you to Voodoo's for being our brilliant sponsors on the pod. Our discount code is left on 15. I do love the all Voodoo's, and again, I actually bought the product. It's the one for you put on before you dry your hair? The one that you were... Yeah, I bought that. So
protection, Brenda Dennehy.
I'm telling you now, I'm gonna take the extensions. I'm gonna start using that now. Strengthen the hair, make it a bit better. Try and get rid of the extensions as well. So hopefully it'll all come together. So any of the products from Voodoo's you can recommend, let me know. So that's the discount code for anyone using is left on 15. So from me, Brenda Dennehy, and
me, Julie Haynes.
That's the end of this week's episode. Hopefully we may be speaking to Julie from another country for our next podcast. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed I get out there over the weekend.
So we wish you all a fabulous Valentine's Day, and if you know what, buy yourself flowers, isn't that right?
Oh yeah, 100% buy yourself flowers,
flowers, and have a fab day. And if you're single, love yourself and feck it, you're great. And we will chat to you in our next episode.